Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited you're here with me today. My name is Cindy Lish, and I am an accomplished career coach that helps career changers and those returning to the workforce to find amazing jobs that match their current one. Okay, today we are starting part one of a three-part series on how to impress the interviewer. Okay, here we go. So let's take it back and understand what's going on at this interview. They know you can do the job. We know that already. We've talked about that. They've called you in for the interview. They know you can do the job. Number one, check. So now we're showing that we are the person who wrote that resume and wrote that cover letter, that we match that same person, that we have the passion, we have the personality, we have the interest, we have the drive. We are the right fit for this job. Okay, so step one of what we're talking about is research the company. And I'm going to go into great detail about what it really means to research the company. But let's make a parallel. Suppose you're going to an event. You're going to an event. It's nothing to do with a job, a social event. You're invited to something. I'll bet you before you even go to that event, you do some research. You look up the place it's going to be at. Maybe you're looking up the food that's there. You're looking to see who else is going. Ladies, I know you're checking with other people to see what they're wearing. It's what we do, right? We do a little research before we go forward, even to go to an event. Okay. So imagine if we're doing that just for a social event that we're invited to. And now let's talk about this. This is our job, right? This is somewhere where we're spending a vast amount of our waking hours, right? Even if we're doing it in our bedroom, okay, on working remotely, it's still constitute a major amount of our time. So there is an expectation that if it's something that you really want, that you're going to have done your homework. So let's talk about what that means. Now, the job posting usually tells you something, but that's not enough. Okay, everybody read that. So have you taken the next step? So what would those next steps be? First off, go over to their website. Okay, see what they say on their website. What is their mission statement? Who do they serve? What do they do? Right? Really understand what this company, business, nonprofit, etc. What are they all about? Who is their target audience? Okay, that's important. Who are they appealing to? I'm going to tell you a funny story here. Many years ago, I was invited on an interview to be the manager of a Banana Republic store. Now, at the time, I'm going to date myself a little bit here, but we weren't shopping online back then. And it was not a store that I shopped in at that time. So I went on this interview and I went in all confident, right? Because I was right out of school, but I was a straight A student. I'd worked in retail, I'd done management, I knew how to do all this stuff. No big deal. And they asked me, what do you know about our style? And I didn't have an answer. And then they asked me, is it A or is it B? And I had a 50% chance of getting it right. And you know something? I got it wrong. 50% chance and I got it wrong. And I didn't get that job. And you know what? I didn't deserve to get that job, right? Because I didn't do my homework. I didn't know anything about that. For all I knew, it was a store that sold bananas. I mean, I'm joking, but I didn't know anything about that. So I want you to know their niche, their audience, their competition, right? Who else is in the playing field with them? What is going on? What are they trying to do? So if you're hiring for a role and you're going for a leadership and development role at this company, are you going to be doing trainings for their employees? Are you going to be doing trainings for their clients? Are you doing outreach and training to get new people to buy in? Who are you? What is the mission of what this role is going to be about? So understand all of that, okay? And go forward, look up people that work in that company. So you'll get an understanding. You'll see the kind of things they post. You'll get more information about that company. You'll also get some inside information about who you're interviewing with, right? Look them up in LinkedIn. It'll make you feel more confident if you know the person in advance, right? If you can see a little bit of who they are, what they've done. Maybe you have something in common. Maybe you went to the same university and there's something that you can talk about, right? So that's going to make you feel more comfortable as you're going through on that interview. If it's a field that you don't know a lot about, I recently had a client who was transitioning from one field to a completely and totally different field. And I helped her and gave her homework to watch YouTube videos about the kind of work that they did. And she researched, and if you had spoken to her a week ago, she wouldn't know anything about that field. But if you spoke to her the day before the interview, you would think she'd been working in that field for 15 years. Okay, so go ahead. It's okay to do that research, to show that drive and that initiative so that you are going to be able to do better on that interview. Know about that industry, that market. Where have they been? What are the developments? Where are they going to be going, right? Especially if you're going for a high up position, they may ask your opinion. Where do you see, what trends do you see happening in this field in the next year, 3 years, 5 years? Have an opinion, and have the opinion something that could be backed up by trends and facts and things that you've seen in the past. Okay. Know if there's anything going on with that company, right? Maybe they just received an award. Maybe there's something being talked about them in the news. Maybe they have a new launch of something. All these things are going to help you to be impressive, to show the employer that you really, really get it. You know them, you get them, you understand their field, you're really excited about it, you're knowledgeable about it, and it's going to help you to be able to ask better questions and make better comments when you're going through the interview. Okay, so when they're asking you questions at the end, do you have any questions for me? You're going to be able to give much more insightful questions than if you didn't know anything about the company. Okay, and of course, everything that they're listing on the job postings, if there's anything that you don't understand, if there's any terms that you don't know, I'm always amazed by this when I talk to people and they'll look at job posting and they'll say, well, what about this? And they'll say, yeah, I don't even know what that is. Hey guys, we have an internet. There's so many resources out there. If you don't know what something is, certainly look it up. Okay, have that insightfulness, that curiosity to be impressive, to show that you really care about what this is. Again, understand that the job interview is much more than, can you just do the job? Okay, if you're coming in and telling people, I'm dedicated, I'm hardworking, give me a chance, I can do anything, I can learn anything, I'm a quick learner. Yet you go into the interview and you don't know very much about them, and you don't know about the company, and you don't know about the industry, and you didn't do the homework. Aren't you sort of kind of saying that you can do it, but not showing that you can do it? Right? You're not showing that drive and that initiative. And if you're not willing to do it for something that's important to you, which is, getting the job, then the employer is not feeling as strongly about choosing you as the candidate. Okay? So here, in review, I want you to be doing a thorough review on the company, who they are, what they're about, what their mission is, who their clients are, who they serve, who their competition is, are they in the news, what's going on in that industry. And that is step one in how to impress the interviewer when you're going through that interview. Now, there's going to be 2 more parts to this series next week and the following week, so definitely tune in. And if you want some more help, that's exactly what I do. Pop on over. I'll put some links below, or pop on over to my website, cindylish.com. Book a free 45-minute discovery call with me to talk about how I can help you through every step of your job search so that you land that dream job. I hope you have a super productive week. Always remember you're a warrior, and I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.